Last time we talked about, Janet was nearly killed by the machine, but Lori saved her, and Hunt died because of his lucky coin. George should be next. A book fell down next to Nick. He saw signs. The remote fell and turned on the TV. A cowboy survived the accident. Nick realizes that the next one is actually the cowboy. He rushed to the hospital and contacted George, and the cowboy was lying in bed wounded. Water suddenly dripped from the ceiling. He tried to call for help, but the remote short-circuited and fell off the bed. Upstairs, an old man looked bewildered at the water. The nurse turned on the tap and left, just as Nick and George opened the door. The bathtub fell and killed the cowboy. They had to leave the hospital, but they just came out. George was killed by an ambulance. Nick rushes to the mall where Lori and Janet are. He suddenly saw signs. He jumped out of the car and rushed to the mall. At this time, the mall is being renovated and the workers are off work. A gust of wind blew. The sun shone on the glasses, burning the sawdust. The curtain fell and the fan turned on. The can fell and the gasoline leaked out. The sawdust were ignited and the flames began to burn along the gasoline. And Nick opens room 13 and finds them. He left with Lori. Janet thinks it's over and refuses to leave. Then the cinema exploded, killing her. The explosion rippled through the mall. A pillar collapsed and crashed into the escalator. It kept falling, and eventually Lori was crushed by the machine. Suddenly Nick came to himself. This time, he came to the renovated room. The flames had begun to burn. He picked up the fire extinguisher, which quickly ran out. He could only step on it with his feet, and a patch of ash fell in the distance. Burning up again, the nail gun fell off the table, pinned him to the wall, and shot through the gas drum. Just as the gasoline was about to explode, he grabbed the burning wood and set off the smoke alarm, extinguishing the flames. 2 weeks later, the surviving three were in a cafe. Suddenly, Nick feels something. The shelves outside suddenly collapsed. The truck was scared out of control, crashed into the cafe,